Speaking of cooning, guess who we got?
All right. So can you just go ahead and put your hands behind your back for me real quick? Thanks. You can give her your cell phone.
What are you doing?
I'll tell you in a second. I'm just detaining you for right now. These aren't too tight, right?
No.
Okay. Just don't twist your hands too much. Go over to my car and I'll explain everything to you, okay?
Am I being arrested?
I'll explain it to you in a second, okay? What do you do for work?
I'm an actress.
Oh, okay. Like TV or
Both.
what do you act in?
TV, movies.
Well, like, you know, like
I
any,
did
like...
a film called Clueless.
Okay. Are you in any shows right now or anything?
No. I had to take a break. I did politics for a while.
That's, like, what do you mean? Like you
I
were...
was a Fox News contributor.
Oh, okay. That's pretty cool. Deputy's just going to search you real quick.
Okay.
Yep, thank you.
Oh, I already know who that was.
You know, speaking of cooning.
I didn't recognize though she mentioned Clueless. Like actress, okay, Clueless. Like oh.
Yeah. Speaking of cooning, all right, we got Stacey Dash in the building, and I brought that up for a specific reason because when you read about the arrest later on, it says that Stacey Dash claimed that her husband and kids conspired to have her arrested. And if you read down into the article, you know, Dash states that Marty and his 3 kids conspired to have her arrested. Originally, Dash called 911 on Sunday and claimed that Marty had her in a chokehold. So this gets right back to my initial point, to the nitty-gritty of my initial point. You are a black person, a black woman at that, in a relationship with a white man, though, right? You call the police because allegedly the man has you in a headlock. The police come out there to check on the domestic violence situation because you, a woman, are in distress in a domestic violence situation. The cops get there and take your black ass to jail. All right? But I'm again, this is one of these self-hating Negroes. Every time you see her, she's banging on black people, banging on black men, you know, talking about how black men ain't shit. She had a whole secondary career at Fox News doing that shit. And this police officer, this scumbag, let me tell you how slick he is. You understand? Because he knows it's Stacey Dash. So on the way back to the car, he asked her, so what do you do for a living? She understands, because he wants to invoke that in her. He wants her to say, oh, well, you know, I'm in entertainment. I'm an actress. I'm a star. Who arrests somebody and asks them on the perp walk, what do you do for a living? I'll wait. Then she starts talking about what she does for a living because he already knows that she's on Fox News. He already knows all of this. Oh, are you on any shows now? Oh, yeah, I'm on Fox News. You know, she couldn't wait to say that because she thinks that it's going to trigger in him. Oh, he's going to be on code with me because I'm on Fox News. I attack Negroes for a living. He said, all right, turn around. We're going to go ahead and search you. That shit was priceless. I mean, none of that shit worked. You understand? And this is the point. She found out she was a negra. You dig? Because even on her license and on her federal paperwork, people have put it up. I mean, it could be AI, but back then when they did this was before AI started popping. But it showed her picture and it showed race white. You understand what I'm saying? So in her mind, she's a white woman. And she thinks that she's done better than the negras by, you know, shuffling over with masa. You understand what I'm saying? Again, you can have a white person that you love, that you're really into, doesn't make you a coon. But when you talk down on your own people and you disrespect your own people to uplift another race of people, well, now you're a Sambo. And Stacey Dash must have tap shoes in every color. You dig? So that's just where it is right there. You know what I'm saying? So I thought that was hilarious. I still laugh my ass off when I see that clip to this day. because this is what that shit gets you. You are at a disadvantage. You are a woman in a domestic violence situation, and you call the police, they come there, they arrest you. It's because you're black. And I'll park the Chevy right there. What y'all got? And your camera keep going in and out. Go ahead.
I was just looking up Stacey Dash when you said the ID. They was like the ID is not public records, but they have stated that she has African American, Barbadian, and Mexican descent, which if she claims the Mexican side, she's able to write white on her government ID. So there's loopholes, because I even told people there's a YouTube video from the 80s. It's a black man named Mustafa. You can look it up. Mustafa, Egyptian, claims white. Yeah. And in the video, he said his boss wanted him to claim white on his identification because he's from Egypt, and he was like, no, I'm gonna claim black, and that's who I am. And that's so it was real powerful. You guys gotta check that out. But when you see Sambos like this, they want you to be Sambo. Because why the dominant society wants you to be Sambo? Because they could use you to go against black people, because it hides racism when a black person says it to another black person. It's not viewed in the strength of a racism as if a white person say it to a black person. So they get you to use what we call, quote unquote, white talking points at black folks. And it lessens the racial barriers coming from a black person to a black person versus a white person to a black person. So when they use you for that, you're already isolated from your black folks, because now you're going against your black folks. So they look at you as the enemy. And then when they get rid of you, they now isolate you away from the white folks, because the white folks don't like you. I've always told people this, and this reigns very heavy because I am living proof of it. I've been around a lot of racist white folks in my life. And I could tell you, as pro-black as I am, they never give me any disrespect or anything like that. Why? Because I tell people all the time, once you're honest and you step up in the face of a racist and you tell them exactly how it is, you don't fear none of their bullshit, they respect you. They respect you. They don't respect people who tuck their tail and sell out to other people, because see, guess what? They'll be like, hey, I can rock with Ant in any facet because I know exactly where he stand at. And he's not going to flip-flop. But a person that is a coon, a Sambo, if you're around me and you could talk shit about somebody else, imagine when you get around somebody else, you'll talk shit about me. They don't respect you, and they see you as more of an enemy than you being unapologetic and sticking up for your people. That's why it does not pay to be a Sambo or a coon. You're going to lose in the long run. So I was just checking this out. I remember a story, and I had looked it up just a while ago. A white man taken in custody after killing his black wife and then shooting his black neighbors and firing 40 rounds at the cops. So after he offed his black wife, he went and shot at some black neighbors to try to take them out, and then shot at the cops, because he just had it in his mind that he just want to get rid of a lot of niggas as much as possible. One of the biggest things, and I'm going to land my plane on this, one of the biggest misconceptions that people have is that they think that just because white folks have white black friends or have a black mate, that they're not racist, which is far from the fucking truth. A lot of times they hide their racism behind their black friends and their black mates. And I land my plane on that.
All facts. And I'll take it even a step further than that. A lot of times they'll get with a black person just to harm them. We just talked about 2 white women that were with black guys, and they killed them both. And conceivably because they knew that there was a system that would protect them. You dig? Let's just keep it a buck. Let's keep it a trillion. Bobby Drake, what you got?
You know, the funny thing is, and I'm not sure how we ever got to that point where people started coming to the conclusion that, oh, because you have a Black spouse, you have Black friends, you work with Black people, you hire Black people, whatever, that means that you can't be a racist, so you're probably one of the good ones or whatever. Understand, there has never been a time up until recent history, really up until the civil rights movement, where folks were able to immigrate over here. There has never been a time where Black people have willingly immigrated or moved towards wherever white people were.
Okay.
White people have always been coming towards us. It was many, many moons ago. It was white people, it was the Greeks and everything coming to the mystery schools in ancient Egypt and Kush and Kemet, learning from the mystery schools, bringing back what everyone now thinks was philosophy and all these sciences, but they got that from Black people.
Okay.
When they went looking to enslave Black folk, they enslaved the Black people that were living here. They enslaved the Black people that were living off of Africa. They always brought them to us. So white people have always made their business to come where we were. On these plantations, you only had about a handful of white people. A small family, maybe some of the white workers, but these white folk would be outnumbered in some cases 10, if not 20 to 1.
Okay.
So they've always been around Black people. They've always been having sexual relations with Black people. They've always been employing Black people, always having Black people cook for them, raise their children, take care of their houses. They have always been surrounded by Black people. So the idea that, well, because they're dealing with us now, that makes them good ones, no. They have always been around us. We could never get rid of them. That's the problem.
Yeah.
So
facts.
We have to rewire in our brains this idea that being in close proximity means affinity. No. And if there's one thing white supremacists love, and Professor Blatchford always talks about this, they love a good joke that takes a long time to pay off. They will go ahead and set the groundwork, the foundation right now. All of a sudden, the mousetrap comes up. 20 years later, it took a long time, but damn, that punchline is heavy.
Facts.
And we see that all the time with your Stacey Dashes, for example.
Yeah.
All right. Yep. So you got to be mindful about that. White supremacy always breaks its tools. Don't nobody get to leave the game unscathed. So we need to do a better job of understanding history and the present and having these conversations out loud. That's why what we're doing right now is so important, because if you don't talk about it out loud, if these new ideas don't get to bounce around in your ears, there's a lot of context that you're going to miss, and you're going to get caught out here with the pants down. No diddy.
Facts, man. Look at him. That's so real. You know, let's stop with this. Oh, these are some of the good ones, or whatever the case may be. You got to see people for who they are. And 9 times out of 10, when somebody's, you know, rotten or whatever the case may be, they've shown you that. Conversations 2020.